He ate chitlins?
Just
No,
Thank you.
Except he said they should have.
I've lived there all my life and I won't eat them.
I know,
No.
he said the people that fed it to him just laughed at them. They didn't eat it.
Yeah.
It was some deal he made.
He said that chitlins are misspelled. It should have started with a different.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you're ever in the house where they're cooking, no way you'd eat it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like eating out of an outhouse.
What are they? I don't even know what they are.
Chitlin, that's the intestines.
Oh.
They clean them and then they cut them and fry them and
My grandmother used to
they're
make
nasty
them.
smelling.
My grandmother made them.
Ah.
She did. And she begged me to taste them and
My grandmother, she's an old country girl and she always wanted chitlins. I said, you'll have to go somewhere to get those. I'm not even trying to cook those for you.
every time we ask Tyler, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want? He'll say, I don't want anything. I just want you to be able to give somebody else something. And that is Tyler. I told him I'm going to send him new shoes. And he said, I don't need any shoes. You can't tell me your shoes aren't bad, Tyler, after 2 years.
I bet he'll get home and go look at things.
He's such a good kid. Y'all done a terrific job with him.
It's more the other way around. He kind of is
She's really nice.
the example for all the rest of us.
Yeah, really.
He just came that way.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
always been so good. So how do the missionaries interact with the Lord? I mean, 'cause it's different here. Like, we never see missionaries in
Oh,
Africa, really.
oh yeah, it's a lot different there, I'm sure. Yeah.
So they're just a big part of the Lord?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Everybody knows them.
Really?
They're usually standing in the foyer waiting on their investigators to come in if they don't have to go get them.
Right.
But they're standing there and they're shaking hands with everybody in the ward. Everybody in the ward knows them.
Really?
Knows them by name. Yeah. His companion now, has he talked about him?
A little bit.
He's a little short black guy,
Really?
and he's from New Jersey,
Oh, is he?
and we call him Smiley. He's always got a
He did
smile.
say something about him.
I think he's gonna be a dentist when he goes home. My son kids him all the time because the way he's, I know y'all probably think funny coming from me saying something funny, but the way he says orange or Mario, orange and Mario. And somebody asked me, I don't know anything about New Jersey, but
Yeah.
one of the guys there knew something about New Jersey and said, if you live in New Jersey, you live, they define it by what exit do you live by.
Yeah.
And so I said, I walked up to him and was talking to him. I said, by the way, what exit you live by? Oh, 9. He said, oh, he said, he knew I got some background on it.
Yeah.
He is so funny though, but they make great companions.
Do they? Good.
Yeah, they're really good.
Okay, well that's so he's shorter then.
Oh
For some
yeah.
reason I imagined him really
No,
tall,
he-
so I bought them both some
This guy,
shorts
yeah,
for
that
Christmas.
elder's like this, but
Okay.
he's a really good basketball player. He's real short.
He's asking you if you
But,
want a drink of water.
How you doing?
He's asking you, do you want a drink of water?
No, thank you. I appreciate it though. That's awful nice of you to ask. You gonna come to Alabama? You gonna come to Alabama and see me?
He's
I'll
a
think about
Carolina
it.
boy.
Carolina.
This is his first time being here since he was a baby, so he doesn't even really know us or remember us. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's my sister's little boy, yeah.
Wow.
So how many kids do you
What
have?
if our
I've got
could
4.
do that?
4? How old are they?
One's about 40 and the other one's
Their
14.
feet can go
Oh,
to here.
really?
Yeah, we got them spread
Oh,
out.
wow.
Yeah. And
They're prosperous.
the one's 14,
Yeah.
he gets along fine with them. The
Really?
yeah, the I don't know if you've heard about Brother Sugden. He ward mission leader and he's with them quite a bit, and they call on him quite a bit. But
Yeah.
I was out in the backyard and I just I just got my scope back for my crossbow. I just had a new crossbow and the scope was messed up. I had to send it back. And anyway, I just put it back on and sighted it in.
Yeah.
And they drove up, and it was the elders and Brother Sugden and his 2 kids and his 2 boys, and they came out and asked them if they wanted to shoot, and of course Elder Taggart, boy, he jumped right on it, and there was another missionary. He's from Gadsden. He was down visiting and riding with them.
Yeah.
So it's 3 missionaries and then those guys. But at 20 yards set up, and every one of them, I had that thing. Every one of them hit dead center
Really?
at 20 yards,
Oh, wow.
and they shot it, and then I gave them a while, and then they shot it again. Every one of them hit dead center. But Elder Taggart wanted to shoot my bow. And he shot my bow. I got a Matthews I hunt with, and he shot it, and he's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, when he was little, he
Used
used
to.
to. He has a bow, and he would go down and practice all the time at the range, and they're pretty good.
He told me he shot at home,
Yeah.
and he shot. And I said, yeah, you can tell you shot before. You
Before,
did
yeah.
really well.
That's awesome.
He's an awesome kid, though. Awesome. Y'all done a great job.
Thank you.
But he's a great missionary. Really
So
is.
fun to hear.
But I have to get on him if he's not writing and sending pictures to you.
Yes,
now.
you do.
Well, he writes. He does write.
Well, he writes. Yeah, he always writes. But
Gary?
no
He
pictures.
don't include the pictures, huh? Oh boy.
In fact, I
Used
better
to.
apologize to him because I haven't written him in the last 2 weeks.
There you go.
So, Michelle writes him every week these long letters, and I think, what can I add to that? There's not a whole lot. But, so Tyler, I'll write you today.
When he went out, could you tell him changing while he was in the mission field?
Oh my gosh.
I think so.
His letters, I mean.
Yeah, oh yeah.
His handwriting
Yeah, absolutely. His
changed. Yeah.
handwriting
His
handwriting.
handwriting
He used to have the most awful handwriting.
You couldn't read a word.
And then one day,
Now
one letter
it's like
came, and the kids were like,
perfect.
"Oh, I can read it."
You know why? He has to write so much
Yeah.
that he's got to be able to read it. I've got to get better or quit.
Yeah, but you could just tell his maturity and just his. I mean, his first letters, he would still talk a lot about his exercise and his diet, because that was such a big part. I mean, that was him, and then you could see him gradually just not talk about that as much. He still talks.
He
about
got on
the
that
diet.
southern cooking, forget the diet.
So,
Tyler will never give up his diet.
Yeah,
he still tries the best he can.
I'll make sure he brings y'all some grits when he comes.
Does he eat those a lot? Does he eat grits?
I don't know. He lives, they're housed there with Brother Jones.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Brother Jones. He was my bishop
Oh, really?
a long time ago. And this guy is an exceptional guy.
Really?
His wife, she got Alzheimer's, bedridden.
So,
He asked nothing from nobody. He took care of her for
Really?
years. Got her up, got her to church,
wow.
take care of her, and then when she got bedridden, he did everything for her.
Wow.
And then when she died, he started he started housing the missionaries there.
Really?
They love him to death.
Wow.
And he's about, I guess he's about 90 years old,
Really?
and he is just a special guy.
Wow.
He really is.
And he still makes it out to church and all that?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
sure does. And he keeps them elders in line, and
Really?
they keep him in line.
That's awesome.
He says my house has been blessed since I
Wow.
started housing them.
That's so great.
And they're down in the basement,
Are they?
and I'll come over. I home teach him,
Oh,
and I'll come over and I said, where are the elders? They're down studying right now, you know.
keeping him on task.
They'll hear me up there though. I got a big mouth. They'll hear me up there and up the stairs they come.
They go.
How did you become a member?
My dad was a member, but he didn't go to church. But my mother and dad divorced, and my mother moved back south. She was from Georgia, but we moved back to Birmingham. She found work there, and so we were raised in Birmingham, and what?
In the Baptist church.
Yeah, in the Baptist church, and I was 11 years old when the missionaries came over, and I don't know why we let them in, but but anyway, they taught us, and we were baptized, and it was the first ward building they built. It was Birmingham. It wasn't Birmingham State then. It was the Birmingham branch. You had a Bessemer branch and a Birmingham branch, and there's probably about as many people in this room as there was in the Birmingham branch then when we started going. And we were meeting in a house they called the Termite Castle. It was an old rundown house, and they were building the Birmingham branch building over in Mountain Brook. It was a super nice area, and we wasn't baptized yet, and I would go over there and work on the building when I was 11 years old. What could I do? But you know, we'd go over there and work, and we were the first to be baptized in the new building, and
It wasn't even finished yet.
no, they didn't even have the hot water heaters in, but they had the baptismal font in, and so they had a large fish pond out front without the fish yet, and so they filled it up, and this is in May, and it gets kind of warm there in May, but they let the sun heat the water all day, and then that afternoon they siphoned it down to the baptismal font, and the water was like ice water. It was cold. Before I got out, I walked in, was baptized, and walked out. My lips were blue. It was freezing. But my grandmother was from Ogden, and she is a very devout member. And she had just came back from a trip to New Zealand where they dedicated New Zealand temple. And when she came back, she came to our baptismal, and she brought, I remember showing slides on the New Zealand temple while she was there, and it was really good.
She traveled with the choir. She was a seamstress that traveled with the choir. So she went to the Swiss temple dedication and the New Zealand, and she went to a lot of different temple dedications with the choir. So we got to hear about them from her. That was fun.
What a neat experience.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to leave for church pretty
Yes.
quick.
Well, and if we have some lunch, if you guys want lunch.
No.
It's
You
like,
don't. No.
no, we do. We have
No,
lunch.
We know you're getting ready to go to church.
Well, we actually
know,
made it
we
for
do.
you, so you gotta have some.
Oh, you can't do that.
Absolutely.
We have an hour.
We-
It's ready.
Nope.
I said,
Plenty of time.
I said, I don't know how